As I'm sure you can tell, we had a massive rager last night. 2-year-olds, pizza, trash trucks, garbage trucks. Oh.
Alright, that's enough, okay? No more race.
Feels a little too early to be making a video right now. So we have a big day of podcasting. We're going to film some podcasts. We're going to make some content for a new course. And we're going to show you guys exactly what we're doing, how we're turning podcast content, podcast interviews into YouTube content. That's what we're covering today. Let's go ahead and do it. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to go in and start filming some podcast content. I'll show you guys how we're turning our podcast into YouTube content. But first, what I want to do is quickly apologize, because what I've realized is that our vlogs turned into how-to videos somehow. And over the last couple of vlog videos, they basically were just me sitting down talking about how-to type stuff, and they weren't really day-to-day, behind the scenes, how we're doing things type of vlogging. And that's what we want, and we're correcting that today. So let's go in, start going over the podcasting stuff, and show you guys exactly what we're doing. Let's go. Okay, so here we go. Here's the setup. We have the microphone right here. Bam, hopefully you guys can see it, which is hooked up to the computer, and the computer is also hooked up to the camera. The camera's hooked up to the computer, so I'm getting the visual side of me. I'm being recorded from the camera right here. Hopefully you guys can see it. Bammo, there it is. There's the camera. And then the camera is actually going to be recording me, and I'm gonna have the visual on the computer. I'm also gonna have the person we're interviewing on the computer as well. We're capturing all with ScreenFlow, and what we're able to do is then take the portion of my video, which is being recorded from my camera, the portion of their video, put it together in a template that we specifically designed for YouTube, so it's not that boring split screen. I'll get your guys' opinion on this, and that's all hooked up to the computer. So all of this is being recorded on the computer. And what we're gonna do is we're gonna hop inside the computer with you. We're gonna go right inside this computer, and we'll show you exactly how we're doing this, the template we're doing, and how we're creating video and YouTube content from the podcast with 2 birds, 1 stone.
And so we just showed you a little bit about how we're actually like filming it, how we're recording it and everything. And I want to show you a little bit of a template that we have going on. We're not 100% decided on this yet. And obviously the name is going to be changing, and we'll have the guest name up here. And I'm not sure what we're going to do here yet. We may even just take this out. But the way we have it structured is that I actually have my DSLR camera filming me. So I think that's this footage right here. And what we're going to be doing is showing me interviewing the guest. And the way I'm actually looking at my computer, which you can see here, but we position the guest here so that it looks like I'm looking at the guest, and we have the guest talking. We have obviously both of our audios, but we wanted to try to, mix it up, not have the standard split screen, boring type of video that most people kind of go with. We wanted to have it a little more interactive, a little more showing me and my interactions and like behind the scenes of the recording of the podcast for people that want to watch it on YouTube. So I think what we might do is either put the entire interviews on our YouTube channel, or what we might do is just do like a 5-minute little blurbs of really good information and put it on the Soul of Video channel, and then have a channel designated for the full interviews on a separate channel. I haven't decided yet. So we're kind of looking to you guys to see what your feedback is. If you want us to keep the entire interviews on and the entire podcast episodes on the Soul of Video channel, or should we have a separate channel and just have like little 5-minute little blurbs of like really good solid information from the interview on the Soul of Video channel. But this is pretty much the layout that we're kind of going with here. Still playing around with it. We will have interviews. We will have just episodes with just me on it as well. But this is kind of the structure we have and how we're turning our podcast information or podcasts into video content for the channel as well.
Should we take this podcast content and put it on the Sold with Video channel, or should we put it on a separate channel? The podcast isn't necessarily on the topic of video and YouTube, so we're kind of on a fence here. Should we put it on the Soul of Video channel, or do you guys want it on a separate channel? You let me know, but why don't we look up now and take an aerial view of what this all looks like. Let's do it now. All right, so the aerial shot's not really as cool as I thought it would be. It really just shows off how messy and how many wires are flying around my office, but you can see the computer there, you can see the camera there, you can see lights there. If we go over there, you can see even more lights and cameras and all that good stuff. So that's kind of the aerial view of the podcast setup that we have. That's it for vlog number 11. And from here on out, vlogs will be more behind the scenes, day-to-day life of what I'm doing to grow my business and hopefully help you guys out as well. So take care. We'll talk to you guys soon. So let's get to it. Okay. Why did I say we were going to get an aerial shot?